A particular challenge to supervision can be technology. Students are on their screens a whole lot. We all are. That's the world we live in. In fact, kids are often better at it than we are. So we need to be aware of what is on their screens all the time. There's a fine line between monitoring a student and invading their privacy, but the rules for technology use in school are clear and students understand that their school issued technology is not their property. It can be monitored all the time. Also, students should not be using cell phones without a particular permission during class, so it is okay to approach a student who is using technology in a way that you don't believe to be appropriate. Look for red flags and report your concerns. Sometimes that means taking the device if it is division equipment. We don't want students exposed to inappropriate material. So, how are we accountable? We are responsible for the students in our care. It is our right to work with them, and it is our job to work with them. There are ethical and legal obligations involved. Everyone is accountable to our organization, FCCPS, and our organization is accountable to students and families. We each come to work every day and get paid to fulfill our responsibilities to something greater than ourselves. No responsibility is more critical than student supervision. We are all on one team to achieve that goal. If you see something, say something. No one wants a student hurt on their watch, and we are all accountable if it does happen. We can't prevent everything, no one can, but working together as a team, we can ensure that we have taken measures to prevent what we can prevent and respond to everything as quickly as possible. You may be called upon at some point to defend your actions or your decision not to act in a particular circumstance. You'll need to be able to explain why you made the decision you did. That's the accountability that we face. We are all a part of the accountability system. No one is exempt. Everybody is involved. It's a part of our job all the time that we're on the clock, and we are all equally accountable. When we respond successfully to this accountability, students thrive and learn. When we don't, students are hurt, victimized, and traumatized. That's not going to happen on our watch. The school board takes this very seriously. They have developed a policy about it, and our country also has their own set of laws about it. It's fundamental to creating a caring community and culture. Harassment and discrimination against anyone are unacceptable, and we are obligated to protect everyone. We go a step further for persons in protected classes. That means our students who are more vulnerable. Protected classes are specific categories of people based on traits including sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, race, color, religion, national origin, disability status, and status as an English learner. People receive special protections from discrimination when their status is in a protected class, and when their participation in that class is known, perceived, or should be known by the person supervising them. When someone is harassed, victimized, or discriminated against, it is our job to act on their behalf. When we fail to, or when we are negligent, there are consequences. They can range from simple things like investigations and personnel actions to larger consequences, including criminal charges and CPS calls. So, when you are supposed to be supervising students, do not engage in behaviors that are contrary to the principles of active supervision. Just like when you're driving, the text or email can wait. Remember, once you have intervened on behalf of a student, it is especially important to document what you saw, what you decided to do, and what the result was, and then to provide this documentation to your supervisor. You may also be asked at other times during an investigation to give statements about what took place. So it's important to document things as soon after the incident as possible so that your memory is clear and fresh. Remember, if you don't document it, it's as if it didn't happen at all, and that means you may be left with less defense in the case of an investigation. Here is the bottom line. You are not alone because we are all here to support each other in working together to supervise students. Always contact your supervisor when you have questions or need assistance in fulfilling this essential part of our responsibility. Thank you for taking the time to review this information and for your diligent supervision of our students.